.9 KGRG. I'm Everett Erickson, and you're listening to The Mixed Review, back again from the brief hiatus. This is the show that gives you two perspectives on a movie, one positive and one negative, like Siskel and Ebert, except it's just me. Today's movie for review is I, Tonya, a biopic about the life of U.S. Championship gold medalist figure skater Tonya Harding, as well as the infamous Nancy Kerrigan incident.
The haters always say, Tonya, tell the truth. There's no such thing as truth. Everyone has their own truth.
I was the best figure skater in the world at one point in time.
You call that a clean skate? Stop talking to her. That girl is your enemy.
Now it's time for The Good Review. The first thing that strikes you about the film I, Tonya is the amazing soundtrack. Immediately, right off the bat, the song choice is able to put the audience in the mood of the scene, but also in the feel of the late 80s, early 90s. Even if you aren't going to watch this movie, the soundtrack is more than worth a listen. But then again, no, you need to watch the movie. The performances all around are fantastic and captivating. Most notable, Allison Janney as Tonya's mother and Walter Hauser as Tonya's, quote, bodyguard. When the end credits play, the film shows actual footage of who was being portrayed in the movie, and from the footage, it is clear how spot on the casting was. The entire film unravels as a traditional sports movie that turns into a Fargo-esque plot, and uses acted interviews and fourth wall break, similar to what was used in 2015's The Big Short. By doing this, the audience is given multiple perspectives from many different characters, and is presented with two different accounts side by side. A lesser film probably would have flubbed this, but in I, Tonya, it provides the audience with fill-in from the part of the story that wasn't being told in the news. And it doesn't decide for the viewer who is telling the truth. Instead, it is up to the audience who to believe and who to trust. I give I, Tonya 5 out of 5 stars. And now, the bad review. In the good review, I mentioned the amazing casting. This is apparent, but with one major caveat in the form of the leading lady. Margot Robbie is no Charlize Theron, and her performance as Tonya Harding is too valley and pretty to be even remotely close to white trash. Every so often she'll stick a cigarette in her mouth, but it just doesn't come off as what she's supposed to be portraying. The breaking of the fourth wall is completely underused. If the movie had more of it, it could have been a really cool aspect, but instead it just feels like it's banking off of the success of earlier films that do characters directly addressing the audience. The film is funny, like, really funny, but it then immediately turns itself around and tries to make you feel bad for laughing. But instead, it's just an awkward accusation that ends up feeling tone confusing. The film also references her other siblings and half-siblings, but we never see any of them. It might have worked if they weren't even mentioned and the audience was left to assume she was an only child, but by presenting the fact that she had siblings and then ignoring them, the audience is curious about their roles and what occurs. The film uses too many time skips to try to tell the story the way the director wanted to. Instead, the film could have been more understood if told chronologically. And, most notable, the film completely underplays Nancy Kerrigan's reaction. I mean, she got her knee bashed in, and then he turned it around and tried to allude that she's a poor sport. Come on. I give I, Tonya 0 stars. And there you have it. You heard a review from someone who liked the movie and from someone who didn't. Now, if you want to see it or not, that's up to you. And hey, I've been gone for a little while, but I did not stop the review. Visit the Mixed Review on YouTube for the episodes that didn't get to air on KGRG. 89.9 KGRG, today's Rockin' HD. Do it. Back to the music.